English with Sunny.
Welcome to the English Boost podcast from English with Sunny, your cozy place to learn easy English through real-life conversations and untangle your messy thoughts at the same time.
Exactly. We don't know exactly where you are right now. Maybe you are walking, washing dishes, driving, cooking, lying in bed, studying, or even working out. But wherever you are, we are so glad you decided to bring us along.
I'm Sunny.
And I'm Cris. And Sunny, I have a confession to make before we even start.
Oh boy, what did you do this time?
Well, I was trying to reply to a simple text message from a new friend. They asked, "Do you want to grab lunch on Thursday?" A very simple question, right?
Very simple. Yes or no?
Right? But I stared at my phone for 20 minutes. I typed, "Yes, sounds great." But then I thought, is the exclamation mark too excited? Do I sound desperate?
Oh, Cris.
So I deleted it. Then I typed, "Sure, Thursday works." But then I thought, wait, sure sounds like I don't really want to go. It sounds cold. So I deleted that. I spent 20 minutes sweating on my sofa, and eventually I just sent a thumbs up emoji, a single thumb.
Thumbs up? That is the most confusing reply.
I know. And then I spent the next 3 hours overthinking the thumb.
Well, Cris, you have perfectly introduced today's topic. Today, we are talking about why we overthink everything, why our brains take a simple situation and turn it into a massive, complicated puzzle.
Yes. And a quick reminder for everyone listening, this is a B1 and B2 level English podcast. That means we keep things natural, but we speak clearly.
There is absolutely no pressure to understand every single word. If we use a difficult word, we will pause and explain it.
And don't worry about taking notes right now. Just relax, because at the end of the episode, we will review the most important vocabulary in our calm word tour.
So, overthinking. Let's really look at this. Why do we do it? I think it happens because our brains are trying to protect us, but they just work a little too hard.
Right. It's like your brain is a security guard, but instead of just watching the door, the security guard is panicking because a leaf blew across the street.
That is a great analogy. You know, I like to imagine overthinking as putting a single, tiny grain of sand under a powerful microscope.
Ooh, a microscope. The thing scientists use to look at tiny things.
Exactly. When you put a tiny grain of sand under a microscope and zoom in, it suddenly looks like a giant, dangerous boulder, a massive rock that is going to crush you. But if you take your eye away from the microscope, you realize, oh, it's just a piece of sand.
Wow, that is exactly what it feels like. Like my thumbs up emoji. Under the microscope, it was a social disaster. In reality, it was just a yellow hand on a screen.
I mean, we laugh, but overthinking can feel genuinely exhausting. It drains your energy.
It really does. I remember a time at my old job when I made a tiny mistake on a spreadsheet. I accidentally typed a 4 instead of a 5. My boss just gently pointed it out and said, "Hey, can you fix this?" That was it. He wasn't mad.
But let me guess, your brain went into overdrive.
Overdrive. I started catastrophizing.
Oh, let's pause there. Catastrophizing. That's a great B2 word. If you catastrophize, it means you immediately jump to the worst possible conclusion. You imagine a disaster.
Exactly. So I fixed the number on the computer, but in my head, I was catastrophizing. I thought, my boss thinks I'm stupid. He's going to fire me. If I get fired, I won't be able to pay my rent. I'm going to have to live in a tent in the forest and eat leaves.
From a typing mistake to eating leaves in the forest?
Yes. Within 10 minutes, I'd planned my entire life as a forest man. And why? Because I couldn't stop the loop of thoughts.
It is so common, Cris. We second-guess everything.
Second guess. That means to doubt a decision you already made, right?
Yes, you make a choice and then you ask yourself again and again, was that the right choice? Maybe I should have done the other thing. It creates a loop. You go round and round.
And it makes you feel like you're the only one who struggles. You look around and everyone else seems so calm. They're drinking their coffee, replying to emails, making decisions, and you're sitting there paralyzed by a text message.
If you are listening right now and you know this feeling, if you lie awake in bed at 2 a.m. thinking about something you said 5 years ago, listen to me carefully. You are not strange, you are not broken, you are just human.
That's really nice to hear, honestly.
It's the truth. We all have beautifully complex brains, and sometimes they get stuck in traffic. The goal isn't to never overthink again. That's impossible. The goal is to notice when you're doing it and slowly guide yourself out of the trap.
Okay, Sunny, you're the calm, emotionally intelligent one. How do we actually do that? When I'm in the forest man panic mode, how do I stop?
Well, I have a very simple, practical method. I call it the Name It, Frame It, and Move framework. 3 easy steps.
Name it, frame it, and move. I have a pen ready. Tell me step 1.
Step 1 is name the loop. When you're overthinking, your brain is like a runaway train. You have to step outside of the train and point at it. Say out loud, I am overthinking right now, or my brain is telling me a scary story.
Oh, I like that. My brain is telling me a story because it separates you from the thoughts. The thoughts aren't necessarily facts.
Exactly. Naming it takes away its power. Now, step 2 is frame it with time. This is where you use the 10-10-10 rule.
The 10-10-10 rule?
Ask yourself, will this matter in 10 days? Will it matter in 10 months? Will it matter in 10 years?
Let's test it. My thumbs up emoji, will it matter in 10 days? No, we will have already eaten lunch. Will it matter in 10 months? Absolutely not. 10 years? I might not even remember what a smartphone is.
See? Framing it with time helps you realize that most of the things we overthink are completely trivial.
Trivial. Let's explain that one. Trivial means unimportant, something small that doesn't really matter.
Right. We waste so much energy on trivial things. Now, step 3 is move your body. When you overthink, you are trapped inside your head. You have to physically bring yourself back to reality.
So I should go run a marathon?
No, just a micro action. Wash your face with cold water, stretch your arms, pet your dog, or just literally touch the physical ground with your hands. It forces your brain to pay attention to the present moment, not the imaginary future.
Name the loop, frame it with time, and move your body. That is actually really doable.
It is. And speaking of getting out of your head, Cris, I have a mini challenge for you right now to test your reflexes.
Uh-oh.
We are going to play a rapid-fire question game. I'm going to ask you a question, and you have exactly 3 seconds to answer. You cannot think, you just have to speak.
Oh man, this is an overthinker's nightmare. Okay, I'm ready.
Coffee or tea?
Coffee.
Mountains or beach?
Beach.
Sweet or salty?
Salty.
If you had to wear one color for the rest of your life, what is it?
Blue? No. Green. Blue.
You overthought the color.
I did. I panicked. But wait, that actually felt good, just making a choice and moving on.
Exactly. We can trust our instincts more than we think.
That was exhausting in a good way. I think we all need to relax now.
I agree. Let's transition into our word tour. Whew. Let's review the vocabulary we used today to talk about our thoughts. Cris, do you want to start?
I would love to. Our first word is untangle. Untangle is a verb. It means to separate things that are twisted or mixed together, like a messy ball of string, or in this case, confused thoughts. For example, talking to my friend helped me untangle my worries. Another example, it took her hours to untangle her necklaces. You can repeat, untangle. Untangle.
Next, we have loop. Loop is a noun. It refers to a circle or a shape that repeats, like a train going around the same track again and again. We used it to describe repeating thoughts. For example, I was stuck in a loop of negative thinking. Another example, the song was playing on a loop all day. You can repeat loop. Loop.
Next is catastrophize. Catastrophize is a verb. It means to imagine the worst possible outcome of a situation, turning a small problem into a huge disaster in your mind. For example, when he didn't answer his phone, she started to catastrophize. Another example, try not to catastrophize. It's just a small mistake. You can repeat, catastrophize. Catastrophize.
Our fourth word is second guess. Second guess is a verb. It means to doubt a decision you have already made and wonder if you should have done something else. For example, once you make a choice, try not to second guess yourself. Another example, she always second guesses her answers on exams. You can repeat second guess. Second guess.
Then we had trivial. Trivial is an adjective. It means unimportant, small, or not worth worrying about. For example, they had a huge argument over a trivial issue. Another example, I spent too much time overthinking trivial details. You can repeat trivial. Trivial.
Next is overdrive. Overdrive is a noun. In this context, to go into overdrive means to start working way too hard or thinking way too fast. For example, when the deadline changed, my brain went into overdrive. Another example, her imagination was in overdrive after watching the scary movie. You can repeat overdrive. Overdrive.
Our seventh word is microaction. Microaction is a noun. It means a very small, simple step or physical movement you take to create a positive change. For example, drinking a glass of water is a healthy microaction. Another example, when I feel stuck, I use a microaction like standing up. You can repeat microaction. Microaction.
And our final word is instincts. Instincts is a noun, usually plural. It refers to your natural feelings or reactions without needing to think deeply or logically. Your gut feeling. For example, when you are in danger, you should trust your instincts. Another example, he has good instincts when it comes to reading people. You can repeat instincts. Instincts. You did a wonderful job today. Learning a language is hard enough without our brains overthinking every grammar rule and vocabulary word.
Exactly. Remember, your English doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to be yours.
For your homework today, we want you to practice. Go to the comments section and use one of today's vocabulary words to tell us about a time you overthought something.
I want to read all about your trivial worries. And if you found today's conversation helpful, please like this video, subscribe to our channel, and share it with a friend who might be stuck in a thinking loop right now.
This is Sunny.
And this is Cris.
And you have been listening to the English Boost podcast. Bye! Your progress doesn't end here. To continue advancing your English skills, click on the next video or explore the additional videos we've thoughtfully selected for you.